Welcome to Survivor NSFW. Here joining me, Johnny, and Matt. We have the highest placing fan in Survivor history. We have Sherri Biethman. Sherri, how are you doing?
I am great. How are you guys doing?
Really good. What have you been up to since we last saw you on Caramoan?
Oh, gosh. Working hard. And, since then, I mean, I'm saying like now nothing's but COVID, right? That's all I can think about is my life right now. But since then, just working, businesses, growing.
That's so great. You're like a pool girl now? What happened?
You tell this? Okay, because this is my backyard. So what else do? You can't go out and hang out with friends. So you just hang in your backyard.
Oh, wow. I did Survivor completely wrong. Like I'm looking for a Cabana Boy gig.
So for those that don't know, I was on Survivor Caramoan. I was on the fans tribe with Sherri. And Sherri, we go through casting together. You're really amazing race with your husband, and that's how you ended up getting on Survivor. Kind of talk me through how you get to that point where you are in Los Angeles with me, the beard guy, going through this crazy casting experience.
That beard guy that we kept like looking at each other going, I got you. I know. Yeah, I know. So yeah, he wanted to try out for Amazing Race, and we did it as a whim, and we got all the way to the final, like casting, and then didn't make it to the end. And then casting director said, hey, you need to go on Survivor because you talk a lot of shit and I think you would be good. And I'm like, yeah, hell no. That's not my thing.
Do you think they purpose, I mean, like in ratings wise, Survivor is a bigger show than Amazing Race. Do you think they saw something so special in you that they're just like, hey, yeah, these guys would be great on Amazing Race, but she would be incredible on Survivor. Let's give her the no on Amazing Race so that we can use her on a bigger show.
Right. Well, do I say that out loud? Because my husband can hear me. I don't want to like.
I assure you, he doesn't listen to the podcast.
Yes, hell yes. That's the reason they did it. Money right here, bitch. Right. Put her in a bikini. Get her out there and acting stupid. Yes.
I mean, did they ever say anything like it's just like, hey,
so
we really want like. I mean, Lynn's a pretty straight shooter. I mean, I would imagine you're talking to
very straight. Yes.
Yeah. So I'd imagine Lynn would be like, "Hey, I want you on my money show."
Yeah, Lynn was. You're not going to get on Amazing Race. There's this other couple, and their story is like, you two have been married for so long, and your story's told, and it's so good, and yeah, you won't fight. Or I'm like, oh, trust me, I will bust his balls. That's not a problem. Like, it's good. And she's like, no. You need to be on Survivor. I think that you would be really good. And I said, I don't want to eat bugs. I love the show. I am a diehard fan. I really am. I love Survivor. Always loved from day one. Watched it, loved it, and then said, but I like to watch it from my couch, eating. Like, I never wanted to play the game. I am not a sports girl. I am not like, I don't like camping. I don't like, it's not my thing. And so, no, it's a hard no. And she said, just throw in a tape. I won't even see it. If you don't make it through production, I won't even know it. But if you end up on my desk, then we need to talk. And then I got a call from her going, ended up on my desk. And I'm like, fuck, oh my God. Yeah. And
so you having to make another video so it had nothing to do with you going through Amazing Race casting. You went through the whole application process for Survivor, 100%. Made a video and all that kind of stuff.
Everything. Yeah. Did everything from like scratch and did it first time and then ended on her desk. And yeah. And my husband did like a funny thing. He did like outtakes and he gave me a lot of shots and I was talking a bunch of shit. And then he did the outtakes. That's what made it, I think, honestly. So any of you people that ask me, how do you get on Survivor? Don't script it. Don't just talk, like be you. That's it. And I was talking about shrimp and I was cussing at him because we were cooking shrimp and I don't know. And one of the things I said was shrimp. And I swear that just kept making it like people kept talking about me talking about shrimp.
Yeah, it's amazing what they'll pick out of a casting video. Because it probably wasn't even the, I'm Sherri. restaurant franchises. I do this. It was just like the little stupid behind the scenes shit that happened to be in your video was what caught their eye, pretty much.
That's it.
You probably got the label in like anyone else that saw that video. You were probably like Shrimp Lady. I mean, like
Lady. I was a shrimp girl. Get her. She's shrimp. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, because like Nick Wilson, you know, who got cast for David versus Goliath. I think he sent 8 tapes. And every tape, like, you know, the first tape, you know, he did whatever, but like every single video he sent them, he was just like, and I'm the redneck lawyer from Kentucky. And they're like, hey, the redneck lawyer sent another tape. The redneck lawyer sent another tape. The redneck lawyer. So finally on the 8th try, you know, they're filming a season and the theme matches up. They're just like, hey, like redneck lawyer, isn't that kind of a David? And it's like, close enough. And, you know, so the redneck lawyer, I guarantee they're like, hey, remember the shrimp girl? Perfect. Shrimp girl. Right. So you make it.
I think it did help though, like casting at the very end, like, because you know how you go casting, you have Jeff and they're all sitting in the CBS, you know what I'm talking about. They're all in the room staring at you and you're like, what the fuck am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing right now. I want to go back home. Like, what is going on right now? And so we're sitting there and Jeff was like talking and I'm sitting up there and he's like reaches for a strawberry and like he's eating but he couldn't like grab the strawberry and it was driving me crazy like because he was like trying to not disturb me while I was talking about pretzels and my world and whatever, blah, 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 you know. And so I was like, Jeff, just grab the fucking like strawberry, eat it, just do something. Oh my God, stop! He's like, you're bothering me more than what. And that was it. I think that was what kind of sealed the deal. And I wasn't even trying to seal the deal. It was just like, you're driving me crazy. Just do do it, get it over with.
Just a real moment.
Like that's it.
Oh, and we've heard that before when we talk to other castaways. Like, if you're an asshole or a bitch to them in casting, they like that. They don't want the nice person. I mean, I was a nice person, got on, but they like that feisty moment. Like that's what they want, and that's what they want to see on the show. So you mentioned pretzels. So
pretzels.
When we're you know, we're gonna backtrack, but I want to talk about this. I thought when you were going on Survivor, you said, Matt, you know, I really want to win this game because I got to put my daughter through college, you know, and then kind of I don't even know what would you call yourself? A restaurateur, businesswoman, entrepreneur. Okay. So you started off buying like you were just a mom.
Yes. I was a mom staying at home. I had 3 kids.
Started a pretzel deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So walk me through how you got to being a mom with 3 kids to where you're at now as far as your franchises.
Okay. So that was it. I was in a mall in Boise, Idaho, and it didn't have a pretzel shop. And it was like, that's insane because I'm from the South and everybody has like pretzel, like in their mall, whatever, it's long. But I knew nothing about opening a business. I knew nothing about running employees, any of that. I was a stay-at-home mom, 3 kids, and then opened it up, did great. And then I just kept rolling and just taking that money and opening another business. And now I have 14 different.
So what businesses? I know you had,
Matt, you're like, I've got
Matt has a bad connection.
Johnny, wherever you are, you got great internet. Like you were on. I can hear everything.
North Carolina's finest internet. All right.
What part of North Carolina?
I am on the Virginia-North Carolina border. I'm about 45 minutes north of Greensboro and about an hour from Raleigh.
Nice. Okay. See, I'm South. You know, I'm Charleston, South Carolina, right? Born and raised.
Wow. There you go. That? Yeah, I've done appearances in Charleston, South Carolina. There's a strip club called this.
I have not done that appearance. But, yeah.
It's a fun gig. Like it was a female. Like I was just there, and wow, I had a really good time. So, but I think Matt's question was what franchises do you have?
So we have Jimmy John's, Wetzel's Pretzels, and Blaze Pizza.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah. So we have 14 right now. Getting ready to be 15. Yeah, I'm getting ready to open something else. During this, we're going to open another business because we're insane.
Now's a good time to build and get ready.
You know what? Double down. Let's go.
Double
for
down.
It.
There you go.
Right.
Hey, I'm having a blast at the stock market. I'm with you.
Right.
Double down.
Yeah. Double down.
So you mentioned earlier that you've seen you had started watching Survivor season 1. So were you up to date at the point of Caramoan that you knew the show? You had seen every season or most seasons or something?
Every single, yes, but I had no idea. Like I'm assuming Matt didn't either. That we were walking into fans versus favorites. But yes, I knew every single person that arrived, Matt, on the helicopter as we've been baking in the sun for 8 hours.
So Sherri,
hey, let's go do a challenge.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was your reaction to being cast on a fans versus favorite season? I mean, I think we've talked in length about how the fans are kind of set up for failure there, but what was going through your head on those first moments on the beach?
I mean, of course, I mean, I'm like every viewer right there, right? I'm going through your head. You're like, I can't believe, is this real? Is this reality? Is this happening? Is this life right now happening? And then you're dropped on the sand, and then the helicopter comes in, and then they start coming in, and you're just like, oh my God, I love you. And then and you start naming all the characters, and you're so happy because it's like, yes. Until you realize,
easy favorites to beat. Perfect.
Yes, right.
What a low tier of favorites they brought. Yeah, where's Sandra and Sherri? This is great. Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, exactly. I would have loved if Serene would have been on there. I know.
Awesome. So were there any of those favorites coming out that you were most excited to see, or were they all kind of second tier to you?
I'm trying to think who was my okay, you guys are probably like, oh God, but the one that was just like cracked me the fuck up was Philip, because it was just like, because of the time, right? It was just like they brought Special Agent Philip back. Oh fuck me! Oh my God! Yeah.
That's awesome. And what about reactions to your tribe, being a fans tribe? And you're a big fan. You'd seen how things worked out. I mean, Natalie Bolton got 4th, I think, but fans got pretty decimated first time around. How did that change your gameplay going into it after what you expected?
I mean, again, going in, I didn't even know what was happening. It was happening. You don't realize how much the deck is stacked against you until you start playing the game. And then you're like, oh, well, they've run that challenge, or they know how to do, or, and they've all talked. So, I mean, I'm saying, like, it was just pretty quick. I realized we were screwed.
Okay. Was it when you saw Francesca beat up Matt in that first challenge? Was that your first indicator?
I'm trying to think, who is the girl?
You are an asshole.
I just want to ask an eyewitness.
But who was it that I'm trying to think? I don't even remember who I went against in the first one, but I remember that was like the hardest freaking challenge.
That's what Matt says. He went against Francesca.
Right. Well, she's a beast.
That's what Matt says.
No, I think. So who did do I sound fine, by the way, right now?
Right now you do.
Right now you do.
We'll see how long.
Not now.
Yep, there we go.
Now he's frozen.
You're gone.
Did you go against? I'm frozen for real.
You are.
Am I frozen for real?
You're
Fuck.
back. Yeah.
God damn it! I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I'm telling you guys, I have not watched the show. I don't even I watched the first few episodes and then I stopped watching. It was like stupid.
Of your own season when it aired back?
Yeah, I didn't exactly.
So you didn't watch the finale? Didn't watch the reunion debacle? Okay.
I did not see finale because I know I didn't say a word. I just sat there because I was like, I am not giving CBS the chance to make me look like an absolute idiot, and I hate all you motherfuckers right now. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut and not say a word. Yeah.
So the perception for viewers at home of that finale was you didn't get asked nearly enough questions. There wasn't nearly enough time spent on your story. So that was also true to you on the island.
Oh, absolutely. They did not talk to me. There was no questions for me, which is why I was getting more agitated towards the end, because it was like, hey, let's just set Cochran on the throne and hand him the $1 million. Okay, well, why didn't you guys tell me that before we started playing? And we could have done that, you know. So.
Yeah. So I'm also hearing, if I can read into that a little bit, some animosity towards CBS in general with how the season played out. Was that your feeling as the game progressed, that like the deck was really stacked against you and they really didn't have a lot of interest in fans doing well?
I felt like it was meant for a Cochran comeback. That's what it felt like towards the, I mean, again, I don't know how much I'm supposed to talk about and say, but all the questions were steered like that direction. So it was just like, and you knew you didn't have a chance. So once you know you don't have a chance, then it was like, I'm not going to let them make me look crazy. So I just didn't give them a lot.
Well, I remember, Sherri, are you got my coming in clear now? Okay, for a second. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's really sucky. But Sherri, I remember us being at Tribal Council one time, and you basically, Jeff asked you a question, and you were kind of not wanting to give him a full answer, and then he got pissed at you. Yeah. Like, Sherri, you've got to answer the question, but you're kind of just like, fuck it, man. Like,
I'm not going to answer you. Like, because it was like a baited question, whatever, you know. But yes, I remember that because the fucking lights kind of go down. It was like, answer the fucking question. It was like, fuck you, Jeff. I'm not answering the question. Move on. Yeah.
And in the beginning of the game, you know, obviously I feel like you do. I was not excited. Like at first you're like, oh my God, we're playing Survivor. There's the returning players. Cool. But then you're like, fuck, man. I wish this was an all players. Yeah. I wish this was an all newbie season. And you and I immediately hit it off. I mean, like you said, the body language, even through casting, Absolutely. You and I immediately started a relationship. And I knew you were someone that would want to strategize and play this game, because there are a lot of dumbass people on our tribe that didn't know how to play the game. They weren't fans. No. You were a fan.
Well, no, Matt, the season was fans versus favorites. Are you trying to insinuate that the fans were not fans? Because I know for a fact the favorites weren't favorites.
Oh man, and I loved working with you, Sherri. I mean, out of anything, being able to play with you and Michael Snow, and there was a lot of great people, Laura, and but there's also people that I think, like Shamar, for example. I want to talk about Shamar. Now, Shamar is one of those guys that at casting finales in LA, I thought, this guy, I'm going to work with this guy, right? He was smiling, seemed like a big, jolly Marine guy. Totally different on the island. I mean, you were there. Within the first 2 hours, I'm working on shelter, and Shamar's like getting in a fight with me and screaming at me.
Screaming, right.
It was terrible. But I know you kind of put Shamar under your wing, saying, you know, trying to even talk me out of like getting pissed. You wanted to keep Shamar around, which I thought was a smart move. However, because this guy could never win the game, he doesn't really know the game, so let's bring him to win challenges, and this guy could never possibly win the game in the end. However, I thought he brought a lot of turmoil to our tribe. And looking back, I kind of wish we would have got him out prior to him being medevaced. Are you still on Team Shamar looking back at it, keeping him around?
I mean, I'm saying take it or leave it, honestly. I mean, I was surprised how fast he collapsed. I thought he would have been stronger. Honestly, I thought he would have held longer. But because him being medevaced and you know all of it, I wish he would have. I don't know. I think personally for my game, he would have been good if he could have held on, but he didn't.
Right.
Well, you mentioned seeing Philip come out there. That's the Boston Rob strategy with Philip. Take this really unlikable, bombastic guy to the end. Yeah, seemed like a smart call.
I have a question. Why do I feel like when I watched the alliance with you and Shamar, I felt like I was watching The Blind Side too?
Blind Side. I knew. What was his that guy? I know. It looks like Sandra Bullock. I
had never even caught. Has anyone ever referred to you as Sandra Bullock before?
A couple times. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
would not have pieced that. Oh, you know what? I might have mentioned that on every Castaway watch along we have done on our Patreon side of things. That's ad-free NSFW.com, in which we do a episode by episode rewatch while you actually watch the episode. And yes, I do believe I referred to you. For the record, I'm in love with you, and I think you're very beautiful, and I'm in love with you. And
Donnie, your husband's right around the corner. Come on.
I'm fully aware.
And he went to the bathroom. He's gone.
Yeah, this is how this works, Zach. But no, you're amazing. You're a really incredible player, and really beautiful. And you happen to look like Sandra Bullock happens to look like you.
Yeah, right.
There you go. All right.
So we're on the fans versus favorites season. We're getting pretty decimated at challenges. I mean, it was bad. I mean, we won one challenge, the challenge that Francesca went home at, that tower challenge. When you finally go and when we see the Brandon Hantz meltdown, Sherri.
You guys won that challenge.
Yeah, we had. Yeah, that is true. We did.
You earned it.
Yeah.
So what was going through your head, Sherri, when the Brandon drama went down? Reliving in that moment.
I mean, are we talking about like everything where he peed in the rice and everything? Like
no, I'm just
yeah, everything.
Like all of it where he peed in the rice. Like he lost his shit, and then we're all like, in like it actually stops, and you're just like watching it unfold, and you're like, "Is this going to be on TV?" Like, what?
It was the most. I mean, when I'm there in that moment, and Jeff's massaging Brandon's shoulders.
Oh yeah.
I was very uncomfortable. I thought to myself, "This has never really happened before on Survivor." No. This scenario.
Stopped and thought about how many loonies were on that episode.
Oh yeah.
Like, how many loonies were on that episode? Let's count them. You start.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I at least 6.
All right, let's name them. All right.
Crazy. No, I'm not naming. I'm not.
Okay, we got Brandon Hantz,
Philip Shepard.
We got the specialist.
But you know what? I still to this day believe that he plays the part because that's what he plays. That he's not that insane.
Yeah, people ask me that all the time. I mean, is he kind of out there? Yes, but I think Philip does overemphasize the former federal agent.
He knows what
Philip Shepard. Yeah,
he's supposed to do to keep being on TV.
He's like 20% wacky, and then 80%. Yeah.
Yeah, but so am I. You know, all of us are. Right.
So tribe swap happens, Sherri. You and I get split up. You go to the other. I went to Bacall Beach. You actually stayed on the Caramoan Beach. Yeah. What was that first scenario like when you guys go? I'm split up from you, and you're at this new tribe. What was that tribe vibe like?
Brenda, right? So Brenda and Andrea.
Yeah.
Swapped me, which we're trying, like, of course they want it to be because they were all like infatuated with Reynolds and Eddie, and they're so good looking. But they hung out with them and like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So you have Reynolds and Eddie from our original tribe, and then
Shamar, right?
Shamar had been evac at that time. So it was you, Reynolds, Eddie, Brenda, Andrea,
the specialist, right?
No,
specialist was on my tribe. Malcolm.
Oh, yeah.
Malcolm, there you go. Malcolm. Yep. And then I didn't realize he had played, right? Nobody knew he had played just the season 4. Mm-hmm. Like return. He was a favorite, and nobody knew him.
Yeah.
Right.
So how did they treat you? Because when I went, and Cochran, Corinne, Don, and Philip kind of were like showing us around the new camp, and they're like, "Welcome, you guys. You guys are really cool, but if we lose a challenge, one of you guys is going to be going home." We kind of knew that. Did you get that vibe on?
No, because I think that Brenda and Andrea were kind of sent to find somebody to figure out where like the crack was and see who I hated, if you will. And they knew quick I wasn't a fan of Eddie or Reynolds. So
So do you think that helped your game?
It was very welcoming of who the hell you want to vote out, Sherri, if we lose.
But that worked out well with Brenda, but not so much Andrea since she fell in love.
Yeah, she fell in love, right?
Yeah. Did that work out?
Oh, her and Eddie?
Yeah, it did not. I was just being an asshole.
Yeah, no.
So did you guys know, I mean, was your tribe cocky? Like, we're going to destroy Matt, Cochran, Don in that next challenge? Okay.
They were so cocky. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So Eddie and Reynolds obviously were on the shit end of the stick a lot on the vote when they were on our original Caramoan. How are they treating you once you get over to that new tribe?
Oh, they were still shitheads. Because they weren't on our side, right? So,
right.
And they knew that it was either going to be me or them if we lost, right? So, of course, they were doing everything they could to why I should go.
So they were trying to throw you under the bus.
Absolutely. They were never, which is why I'm saying I had we all know I was a swing vote so many times, and I could have got rid of Cochran if I wanted. I mean, there was times that Cochran's name came up when it came at the very end with Brenda, and there was times that Don and I had serious conversations about getting rid of him and didn't, because I knew there was no way in hell that I was going to win, and there was no chance, and I was going to hand it to Eddie or to Reynolds. I'm serious. It was like one of those. I just despise them so much.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I just no.
What was it that made you dislike them so much on the island?
They were so fucking cocky.
Okay.
They were so cocky. Oh my God, they were so cocky. And in the first night they were hooking up. Come on.
I know.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And we were old people, and they were like the young versus old. I'm like, bitch, I am not fucking old. I will kill you. Let's watch. Let's see who's gonna be sitting here last.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of one of those. They were very cocky and not nice.
And they're trying to throw you under the bus. So basically, at the end of the day, even though you knew probably this is the Cochran show, you would rather sacrifice your game and have anybody else but Eddie or Reynolds win Survivor.
Right. And the very end became Eddie, right? Because he was the last one, and we were down to 4, and it was a hard kind of. But I just really he was so young, and he didn't understand the game at all, and it was just like I would rather see Cochran than Eddie.
And that was Eric said, Eric was in a pretty good spot, and according to Eric and others, and tell me if you think that he's wrong, and what we've heard. Eric felt he was in a pretty good spot to go to the end, and Eric has said on the Castaway Watch Along, available at ad-free NSFW.com, that if he had made it to the final challenge, he liked his chances of winning the final challenge, and Eric potentially could have. He would have taken Eddie to the end, and he believes that Eddie would have won a final jury based on the people there.
I think if Eddie would have come to the final with me, Don, and Eddie, I think Eddie would have won.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not because of any strategy.
Yeah, no, there was just he just enough people on the jury liked him. So and Eric was just like Eric was wanted to go to the end of the game and not necessarily win the game, because to him the honor of the game meant more, and so he wanted to win that final immunity just to bring Eddie.
Is that what he's telling himself? That's
what he's telling himself. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's great. How was that medevac, Eric?
Sorry. So where are you? All right, so you agree that if Eddie's
the case, then why don't you sit right down there and take a couple breaths and sit at the final jury, huh? Put your fucking ass down and let's play the game. Yeah. No, let's go medevac. Oh yeah, bullshit. Come on. Oh God.
What do you think about the Eric medevac?
I think it's bullshit. I think he knew he had no chance in hell of winning. He didn't want to look like a big stupid like for the second time and handing over what he did the first time when he handed the tribal necklace, whatever he did, the necklaces or whatever it was at the time. I think he didn't want, and he knew there was no chance, and he wanted to be done, and that was the easiest way out. That was stupid.
What did you see on the medevac?
Well, I saw that we all had to walk out and watch Eric just like, what did he go out on? Dehydration? Like, we're all fucking dehydrated. Like, what's in him out?
No, he got medicine. He got medicine. What was it? Medicine for an infection.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and he had a hallucinatory response to it.
Yeah.
Extreme dizziness. I remember standing out from that.
Extreme dizziness. I was dizzy the whole time.
I feel there were moments that I was dizzy out there.
How's your grandma doing, Johnny?
She passed away 2 weeks ago.
No, did she? Oh, shit.
No, I'm lying. It's that easy.
Again?
Yeah, you just... Do you feel like you just played Survivor with me?
I do. I would love to play Survivor with you. You were fun to play with. Like,
I would love to play with you and Survivor.
Well, I mean, Sherri, we did have some fun times, but it was so polluted with Philip Shepard's craziness, Brandon Hantz's craziness, Eddie, who literally wanted to just eat food. All he did, he had no idea about the game.
Like, all he wanted to do was eat. He was losing his muscle. I'm losing my muscle. I'm not gonna look good on TV. I'm not. I'm losing like. It's like, what are y'all fucking doing right now?
Oh yeah, and then Shamar wanted to quit multiple times.
Oh, so many times. Oh my god! If I had to get him rice one more time, I thought I was going to kill him. Like, yeah,
there was stuff that I know, Sherri, like you would have to do damage control with Shamar, and he ended up getting evacuated.
And now we'll take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Fracture. Fracture turns your digital images into beautiful glass prints. That's right, they print your photos directly on glass, transforming your memories into handcrafted, frameless prints. Like this one, the one behind me, I have the Survivor NSFW logo with me, Matt, and Zach. Oh my God, it's the coolest thing. I'm so excited to have this in my life. Zach, tell us more about Fracture.
Yeah, Fracture helps you focus on the moments that matter most by turning your favorite memories into beautiful glass prints like that one. Fracture prints directly on really durable glass that has soft edges for safe handling. The prints come in multiple sizes, and there's no frame required at all to mount it on the wall. And each print comes with a 100% happiness guarantee. That means if for any reason you don't love your print, Fracture is going to make it right. The glass prints also make unique gifts for your friends and family that they'll never forget. Johnny, can you tell them how they can save?
Yeah, but before I do, I received this huge box with my Fracture print in it. At the bottom, there's even a screw to go into the wall. These guys are ready for this. Like, it's no additional mounting. There's none of that. This thing is ready to rock and roll. And boom, Fracture prints look incredible. You really have to see it to believe it. Upload your photo at fractureme.com/survivor to print your photo on glass today. And we have a special deal, and here's what we got. Go to fractureme.com. That's fractureme.com/survivor. Enter promo code SURVIVOR, and you get 20% off your order.
That's fractureme.com/survivor with promo code SURVIVOR, and you save 20% off your Fracture glass print. We thank Fracture for sponsoring this episode of Survivor NSFW. This episode is brought to you by Magic Spoon. Let me tell you, I'm about to turn 30 years old. It's about that time I start cutting down on carbs, sugar, unhealthy food, and all that shit. I realized I basically can't eat anything anymore. That's where Magic Spoon comes in. Tell them about it, Johnny.
Oh, man. 0 grams of sugar. 11 grams of protein. That's right, 11 grams of protein and only 3 net grams of carbs in each serving. What am I talking about? Magic Spoon, 4 delicious flavors previously: cocoa, fruity, frosted and blueberry. What was my favorite? It was the frosted. But boom! What am I looking at right now? This is the greatest week of my life. I'm looking at brand new peanut butter Magic Spoon and honey nut. Oh man, tomorrow I'm having both. I am so excited. I'm breaking all the rules. I mean, you heard me correct. 0 grams of sugar, 11 grams of protein, only 3 net grams of carbs in each serving. It's keto friendly, gluten free, grain free, soy free, low carb, and GMO free, and taste amazing. The most important part, honestly, too good to be true. You can join me. Be like just me. Try those new flavors as well. Where do they go, Zach?
Go to magicspoon.com/survivor to grab a variety pack and try it today. Be sure to use our promo code SURVIVOR at checkout to get free shipping. And Magic Spoon is so confident in this product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money. No questions asked, but you're going to like it. That's magicspoon.com/survivor and use the code SURVIVOR for free shipping. We thank Magic Spoon for sponsoring this podcast.
Any fool can climb a wall or crawl through sand, but as every fan knows, Survivor challenges are won or lost at the puzzle. The most successful players are puzzle masters, and you can be one too. Fair play. Perplexers Puzzles creates handmade miniature replicas of many of Survivor's greatest and most challenging puzzles. Find out if you have what it takes by visiting the Perplexers Puzzle store on Etsy or simply visiting survivorpuzzle.com. Enter promo code FAIRPLAY, FAIRPLAY, at checkout for a 10% discount. And let me tell you, I'm hanging out on my patio on these beautiful summer nights. I have Zach Hacker coming over to my house, and we did the fire puzzle, the season 40 puzzle. I got the tree puzzle, and Zach was like, dude, these things are fucking awesome. So if you are a fan of Survivor, as Zach is, and I know he has a true, authentic Survivor puzzle that I have personally done, these Perplexers puzzles are the real deal. So go to survivorpuzzle.com right now, enter promo code FAIRPLAY at checkout for a 10% discount, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. What I saw out there with Shamar was
Gave up.
kind of, what's that?
He gave up.
He did. He gave up.
He didn't even play. It had nothing. That had nothing. He did not want to be there. He was so checked out. He did not want to play the game. He would make comments like, I'm a Marine. This shit's crazy. You fucking white people are crazy. What are y'all doing out here? Like, I would say, Shamar, you're a Marine. Like, dude, like, what the hell? What is going on with you? And he would say things like, but we would have food. We would have basically a sleeping bag. And it was like, we were set up. We could survive. It's like, but that's not Survivor. That's not what we're playing.
That's called living. If the show is called Liver.
Right. That is not the game. And that we would have conversations. And he was like, but this is just crazy. So he didn't want to play.
And it was tough on him. I mean, I remember being at tribal council, and there were some pretty deep moments with Jeff talking to Shamar. We'd be at these tribal councils for a long time. And Shamar ended up, he was wanting to quit, and Jeff came to our island before, and then he ended up getting medevaced. Right. He came multiple times. Shamar got medevaced for his eye. And then when he got out of the game, his finger actually had an infection from bamboo, and his finger was worse off than his eye, is what he had told me. But I do want to say something here about Shamar. First of all, I have no hatred towards Shamar. In the game, he was difficult to deal with.
Someone you initially wanted to work with, going like
I wanted to work with. I thought Shamar was going to be great, and he was, in our alliance, and we were going to work with him. But he was like yelling and screaming at everybody, which really made it. I don't like drama like that. So, but he made a comment here about medical treatment. He said, I had to beg and threaten violence to get medical treatment. What that was is, I don't know if you remember, Sherri, there was one night he was up all night. There's one camera lady that's sitting there while we're sleeping. And I remember him talking about his eye, and he's screaming. I was scared for this woman. Shamar's this big guy. he was screaming, saying, "I want medical help or medical treatment or someone to look in my eye." He was very, very pissed. And was that the it's kind of blurry to me. Do you remember how that panned out? Did they come the next day, or did they end up coming in the middle of the night?
I felt like they came in the middle of the night. It came before sunrise. Like they got somebody out because he was very insistent that he needed to be seen, and they got somebody out.
Okay. Yeah, he was very, very, very in pain and was literally that's a moment where I was scared. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, do I try to intervene or do we try to go? It was just a lot of drama and screaming.
I remember you talking about that, but I was more like, hey, Matt, what about all the rats that are jumping on us right now? Like, well, should we be more concerned about that right now?
So I want to ask,
did rats jump across you often?
All the time.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're in a rat fest now. We had so many rats.
Yeah. How many rats do you think went across your body?
Oh, gosh.
Every night.
Are we not talking about Matt?
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm kidding, Matt. I'm messing with you. No, we didn't, like, all the time jumping on us nonstop. It was stupid.
Did I snore a lot there at the shelter?
Okay. Yes, you snored a ton. Anytime you fell asleep, you snored.
How often did he sleep?
He only at nighttime. Matt was a hustler. He worked his ass off. He was bad. I mean, he was always working.
And I loved playing the game with you, Sherri. And I that's one of my most fond memories. You know, strategizing with you, strategizing with Michael and Laura. Obviously, our Go-To tribe is broken up at this tribe swap, which completely screwed my game. It devastated me to get voted out. I wanted to go deep into the game with you. So you end up getting on the tribe with Eddie and Reynolds, etc. You go deep into this game. You're saying you saw writing on the wall that this was the Cochran show? You could tell by that while you were playing the game.
Absolutely. 100%. It was, yes. And I mean, besides the fact that Cochran's like reciting lines inside and working on his quirky little tidbits that maybe CBS could grab onto and make little splices of. Like, It was stupid. Yeah. It felt like the Cochran show.
And you knew
the Cochran show, because how many times has Cochran been on Survivor and like sitting in the audience and Jeff's high-fiving and like it's yeah.
He makes a great reward. I mean, you know, in the history of the show, if I were to go back and I have the option of a ribeye steak or Cochran, you all know my choice.
Yeah. So what season was that, Zach? That Cochran came back as?
Oh wait, it was. I have to apologize. I horrible analogy. I would have taken the ribeye. I would take a pencil eraser over Cochran as a reward. But.
Well, Johnny Fairplay he stopped watching Survivor Caramoan because of his hatred of Cochran.
Because it was the Cochran show?
Yeah, I had no desire to watch that show.
Right. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Right, now play it.
I've only not watched two. I tapped out on 2 seasons. I tapped out on Caramoan, which we're about to record the Castaway Watch Along for the final episode. And please no spoilers, but I'm pretty sure Matt kills it at the final at the live reunion show.
Oh yeah, sitting in the front row. Yeah,
no spoilers, please.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
But I have a gut feeling that Matt pretty much owns the reunion.
It is probably the biggest meme to come out of Survivor Caramoan, so there's that.
Oh yeah. So Sherri, like knowing that it's a Cochran show, I mean, why do you think you guys decided to keep Cochran in the game?
Yeah, why not pull the trigger? If you see it,
I hated Eddie and I hated Reynolds. That was it. Like, I'm being honest. Like, looking back, no, I don't even say that looking back because I still stick with my decision. But yes, Cochran knew we were handing it to him. Like, I mean, he knew it was everything. I mean, it was like final challenge. Cochran gets a torch, a lighter, a flint, like everything. And you guys have a stick and some wood. Try to figure it out. It was stupid. Like how many advantages he had even at the end. and he won. And
So do you think production, obviously, I mean, we say this a lot, I mean, with Russell Hantz finding tons of idols and Ben on
how
Heroes,
much
Hustlers.
we search for idols, the two of us. Like
Was that? Oh, yeah.
Searched.
All the time.
I mean, nonstop. Like,
Yep.
that drives me.
You guys are the only people they show looking for idols on the Fans Tribe.
We're constantly looking and constantly trying to play this game. Well, yeah, but it is frustrating when you're there to play the game, the strategy, the social game, and you have people that is on your tribe, on the Coda tribe.
To somehow find like 25 idols.
Yeah, like how does Reynolds find the idols?
He never leaves the camp besides to go swim.
Right.
Like, how did he go find idols? He never went and got firewood. He didn't do shit. Like, how did he go find idols? Somehow he just kept finding idol. Oh, there's an idol.
Yeah, I know.
He made like a snarky remark to me at the very, I guess it was doing filming at the reunion. And I made a comment, and we were drinking afterwards. And I said, how the fuck did you find all the idols? Because I hadn't talked to him.
Yeah.
And he was like, Sherri, I looked everywhere you look. And he kind of like smiled and smirked. And I was just like, oh fuck you. Like, fuck you.
Yeah. Oh, I hear you, because
I have no desire to go back on Survivor. I don't, so I don't care. I have nothing. Yeah.
So scratch that question off.
Yeah.
Well, have you been asked?
No.
Really?
No.
Wow.
For not a single season?
Nope. I mean, well, no, I take that back. I've gotten like, would you consider? And it was a no. So I did get that.
Oh, you got the email.
Email. Would you if? Yes, I got those emails. But
I could see you and your daughter playing Blood versus Water
in a heartbeat.
Oh, I could too if Princess would like. Besides the fact that if they said, hey, you need to get your hair wet in the ocean, she'd be like, no, what? No, I'm not getting my hair wet. Are you crazy? No, fuck that. No.
Well, my good friend Sandra never got her hair wet on Survivor, so I think
because I
think there's a way to the end without getting your hair wet.
There is. I know.
But so if there was a Blood versus Water, would you consider it? Would you consider Blood versus Water? Like if me and Tessa played Blood versus Water, would you and your daughter or you and your husband play?
I would play with Jared. Yes.
Yeah.
Maddie, no, because she wouldn't do it like ever. She just wouldn't. Yeah. But Jared, and in a minute I would go against him.
I think that's what sells it right there. I would I would play with him. I would go against him.
I would go against him all day long because he like makes comments like, oh, like, or he'll make, how do you say it? Like, he puts me, because the whole reason I ended up on the fucking island is because of him. Because I didn't want to get on the island. And then it became kind of a, you should do this. And then it kind of ball started rolling. And then I'm competitive. And then I ended up on the show. That's how it happened. Right. It wasn't like, I got to get on the show. But it was competitive and going, okay, maybe I would be good on the show. I don't want to be on the show. This is stupid. I don't want to do this. I want to eat like Jimmy John's eating a sandwich, watching the show. I don't want to be on the show,
Right. So Sherri, if looking back, if our original tribe Goda was to play an all newbie season, don't you have a feeling that we would have done pretty damn well?
Fuck yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Especially when I watch it now, like when you get like, I like it now because it's real. Like there's people that haven't played before, and it seems I like it better now.
So you are still watching the show?
Oh, I watch. Yes, I still watch. Absolutely. I haven't watched my final. I haven't watched my episode, my last one, but I'm still watching the show. Yes. I still love the show because I love a lot. I mean, I love the way it breaks you down. I didn't understand it until you're on. You understand all that. You understand it, right, Johnny? And it breaks you down.
Who's your favorites and least favorites from watching over the seasons?
Oh gosh. Favorite? Oh, I don't know. What? That's hard.
I mean, I'm guessing you would not pick the favorites that were on the favorites tribe. So if you're picking like 3 people to be on a future favorites tribe, who would you pick, and who would you list as like
Tony.
3? Tony. Tony's a good. I think Tony's an excellent favorite.
like Tony. I like. I don't even say. I don't know the names.
Sure.
The top girl that Tony played with. That
Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
like.
No,
her.
it's Lucina.
Like her.
Thank you.
Right. I like her. And then another favorite. See, I would before Parvati would have played this time. I liked her before, but Parvati, I felt like got the great edit, and everybody loved her. And watching her this season, I'm like, was she always that great, or was it just that they made her look?
I don't
Right.
think she was that great.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, and Sherri, with that transition, I'd love to ask you a little bit about something that gets discussed a lot with Survivor, which is the way they portray women who are mothers who are also strategists. I think you're sort of at the top of the list when I think of women who played Survivor who got really snubbed at the end of the game, like Chrissy Hoffbeck, yourself, Dawn. What do you feel like are some of the added struggles for moms who are also strategic playing Survivor?
Well, you weren't there, Matt, because kind of the cameras went down, and I had a moment with Jeff of like, why the fuck do you keep calling me out every time I like eat it or fall or whatever? Like you call me out. If you watch my season, of course, when I'm listening to my season, I'm so him saying my name, Sherri falls again, or Sherri fails again, or Sherri sucks at this challenge. Sherri's horrible. Sherri's so, I feel like I don't like that edit. Like he pointed everything out that was negative. Didn't like that. And then if you're very strategic, then you're either a cutthroat or a bitch. That's it. But I knew being brought on, they kind of wanted bitch. Like, I mean, that's what they were looking for. I know that. That's why. And I get, because I'm very blunt and to the point. I don't know.
So did you feel pressure to play into that role, or you wouldn't get as much?
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. At first. And then when I started just seeing it play out, then I didn't like what I felt could possibly be edited. I was trying to think, probably, again, too much what was being seen on TV. And I didn't want to look crazy.
So you played into it originally, and then you're just like, well, it's not like they can get rid of me. I got to get voted out. So I can kind of back off this if I want.
Whatever. Yeah. I don't know. And it's going to be the Cochran show. So whatever. Just sit back and watch and eat some popcorn. Like, just whatever.
Oh, they gave you popcorn. Weird.
I know they did.
Oh, they did popcorn. that would make it more palatable on the Cochran show.
Would have been a much better season. I could like sit back and watch that. Yeah.
Well, maybe you could have won a reward in which Cochran would have brought you popcorn.
Maybe. I know.
Please don't use that for a future season. That is the worst reward ever. Cochran bringing you fucking popcorn.
Cochran now landing with a helicopter, bringing popcorn to everyone on the truck.
So was the last part of the game for you, Sherri, just not fun? Because we were having fun despite the drama that surrounded our season in general. We had fun. We laughed, we joked, learned about one another, strategized. We were playing the game of Survivor, but it seems like, man, like once you got over to that other side and then you go to the merge, it was not as fun, huh?
It wasn't the same. Like, Matt, I didn't realize we could talk to the camera crew. Mm-hmm. Like, seriously, like, and being real. And they're having a full conversation.
Like the favorites were because they had already established that and knew that they could.
We didn't know. Yeah. Matt, we would sit in the tent that was 1,000 degrees and no wind and like sweating like motherfuckers before the challenge, and nobody would say a word, and we wouldn't strategize. And then we would strategize when we got out there because we passed away the game we thought was played. They're all talking in the other fucking contend. Like, it was stupid. It was like, if they were, hey Bob, how are you doing today? How's the kids? And I'm like, you talk to Bob?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. We're like taking this very seriously. Yes. Like when it's no talking, we're on lockdown and it's time for a challenge. Like let's don't cause any trouble, but they're just like shooting the shit. They're laid back
totally and different. And so, so the feeling on that tribe was so much easier the transition of getting into boats and talking and the rape ban and going off and seemed like the rape ban because it's like all the ones were blacked out.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The rape ban.
Oh yes.
They never show the rape van.
They never show the rape van.
Like I miss the food auction and the rape van. I think in that order.
Yeah, they don't show either one.
Do you guys feel like the returning players? Oh, I'm sorry, Sherri, go ahead.
I said, do you like the pizza I ate? Like the size of the pizza, I ate that so much of that fucking pizza. I couldn't believe. I paid it. What did I pay? My entire amount, whatever as soon as it came out, it was like $500. Whatever I got, it was like, yes, done. Pizza.
Was the Survivor pizza good?
Fuck, it was best pizza ever.
Nice,
so good.
Well, not as good as Blaze Pizza.
No, definitely not as good.
I mean, come on.
Well, do you guys think the returning players had more of an advantage because they had more game familiarity or more production familiarity? Which of those was a bigger advantage?
Oh, both. But I would say
Equal parts.
definitely again, production, they don't play into it, but of course, when they're back there and you talk to them, then they do, right? But they don't bring the conversation to you. And so, but if you're Don and you're like, how are you doing, Bob? And how is the 30 kids? And me, then it's like, oh, well, you know everything about him, you know? And again, so much shit, you just don't know what's happening when you're there until the plane ride home. And then you got production going, why didn't you do this? Why didn't I'm like, why in the fuck didn't you say that to me? Why didn't you ask me that? Why didn't you say these words to me when I'm playing? Because I couldn't. Well, why didn't you then? Because you were saying them to Don, and everybody else. And again, I was so playing by the rules, but I didn't know the rules. And I had different set of rules.
I'd say, Zach, both as well, back to your question, but I think that knowing how challenges work, knowing how who to put where in certain challenges, knowing that you can drink water without necessarily boiling it, because we were dying of fucking thirst because we boiled every bit of water. And we would go there with one canteen and all passing around a sip of sips, and the other tribes would have all the other tribes had full canteens. We're like, what the fuck are we doing wrong? It's like we don't boil the water, we just fucking drink it. But we were like, I was like, man, I don't want to get sick and get medevac from this show. So it's tough.
Yeah. But they didn't, Beard, it's still good to know that you didn't have a different set of rules than I did either.
Right. Oh yeah, totally.
I'm saying this many years later, I always wonder, if you've learned anything more than I've learned, because I've gotten totally out of it. And it's it's kind of nice that you were still as pure as I was, if you will,
Oh yeah. Oh, totally. And we've been doing this podcast. I mean, how many episodes have we done? Over 200 podcasts, Johnny, Survivor NSFW. So we get into the ins and outs. It's very interesting hearing people's stories. And man, yeah, you got at the end of the game, you got the shaft as far as being invisible, I guess. I mean, from your perspective, Zach, watching our season, what was your thoughts on how Sherri was kind of portrayed there?
Well, it's always been sort of unfinished business for me as a Survivor fan of what happened to Sherri, because she was so present and so dominant at the beginning. And as Sherri said, she just sort of tapered off at the end. And, as a viewer, I don't buy it that someone with Sherri's personality early in the game just disappears. I know that she was giving them something to work with. I know she was playing the game. So it's interesting hearing her perspective and what was going on with Cochran, what all was going on there with the production, with what the players were up to, and hearing why that was what was represented on the television.
Yeah. I mean, looking back, Sherri, are you happy you played? Was it a good experience overall? You got to play Survivor. Obviously, your husband's a big fan. Was it a disappointing ending, or was it, what, that was cool, even though it kind of turned out not necessarily the way I wanted it to? I'm glad I did that.
Took me many years, serious. But now I look back and go, yes, I was part of that. And when can we ever stop time and do that, Matt? Right? That moment and completely unplug. And I do have those moments of, no, seriously, like gratefulness and what little things that you take for granted. Trust me, when I got back from the island, you're so much more grateful. And then you like, life goes on, you forget, whatever. And then, but I still feel like that the biggest thing I learned from that was taking time, being thankful, enjoying my family, and just being happy, like with people around me and with me, like liking me.
So you kind of disappeared off the just Survivor scene. I mean, going into this podcast, you get asked to do podcasts from time to time. You turn it down. Are you just kind of over it and just kind of? Is it the haters that you don't like? The keyboard warriors that talk shit, or is it just something like your life is? I mean, you live a great life.
The goat. That shit. Like, it's like, fuck you. You go fucking survive on the island, and then have the card and know what you were dealt with, and you have no idea. So shut up, play the game, and then we can talk. That's it.
Oh, I agree. I mean, the cards are stacked against us. Fans versus favorite seasons are the most unfair seasons on the planet.
I think it's the most flawed concept in Survivor. Is fans?
Yeah, and Johnny played the first fans versus favorites. Where
and when I found out, we're doing the press before we go out there, and I see their press pass that says fans. They're like, "Who do you think's on the other island?" Like Iron Man Tom and Terry Dietz. I'm like, I bet it's a bunch of fucking fans because that's what your press pass says. It's just my pass. I don't know.
I got a sweater. Yeah. I wish we would have had that because we didn't have that. Yeah.
So I was like, is Iron Man Tom and Terry Dietz a fan? Because I don't think they really are.
Oh, God.
I think they kind of suck either way, but whatever. That's just me. But no, so as soon as I saw that, I was partially deflated before even. I'm just like, this isn't. If there's no way a fan wins this game,
no,
there's no way. No. The advantage we had, you could have given me 9 of the worst Survivor favorites ever, and I had a few of them, just for the record, and you guys got the rest. And but if you'd give me the word, I'm just like, it doesn't matter. Just with their minimal knowledge of the game, having played before, is a 3-to-1 advantage over any fan to ever fucking walk out there, because you just learn so much.
You learn so much, and then you have. I mean, it's. Anyone disagree that Jeff's favorite is Cochran, right now?
I did not catch that. Does he? Oh, you did mention the high-fiving at the reunions. There's that.
Yeah. Maybe a few times, right?
Oh yeah,
you know what? He's probably up there. So
yeah, Cochran. I mean, but I feel.
I mean, to be a true, for the record, Sherri, to be a true favorite, he has to address you by only your last name.
Yes.
Oh wait.
Cochran. I know.
Maybe not all cases. That's the case that they're his favorites, because I know one guy he calls by the last name that he does.
Yeah.
He doesn't love me. I love Jeff. Hey, I've been in many relationships like that are that one-sided. This is nothing new for me.
No, what were you saying, Sherri? You
I don't remember.
No, but I'm saying you were asking about. I think
I have no idea what I'm saying.
But your relationship with Jeff, Johnny, is as much as he's a lover of Cochran and he kind of had his issues with you. Johnny Fairplay and Jeff are cool now. I think
we're good.
Yeah, they're good.
I would be fine if I saw Jeff. Yes, Jeff's fine, but I did not I'm being serious. Again, I'm not going because I am not about that. That's my thing. I'm not trying to bash on Jeff about being against women, but he totally called nonstop every fucking thing I did wrong. He would call it out. He doesn't.
But I think he does that.
Not as much.
Not to defend Jeff. Not to defend Jeff, but I am defending Jeff here.
You are defending Jeff.
I feel that he does that for the bigger personality. If you're a smaller personality, he doesn't give a fuck if you fall down.
Dude, I must have been huge. I must have been ginormous. Because
once again, I think that's a compliment.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I wish, but again, on the island, you're like so messed up, you don't realize what's happening.
Yeah, no, I think you take that as a badge of honor. Like, once again, like I think if what Julia,
you just turned that around for me right there.
Like seriously.
Yeah. No, I think if Julia falls down, Jeff might not mention
Julia didn't come out of the room because she was like, or the hut because.
Are we talking about Julia, the driver, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
I think if Julia falls, it's not mentioned during a challenge. Like, if you break a nail, Sherri breaks a nail, could be catastrophic.
I should I know.
Julia got voted out, and I don't think it was mentioned in the episode. So,
you know what the funny thing
next
is?
Time on Survivor.
Here's the funny thing is Julia I went on a trip to Malaysia with her for like 2.5 weeks. So we were on the pre-jury trip together.
Oh,
She was so outgoing and had fun with us and was super cool. And I think just being so young on the TV show freaked her out and she couldn't be her normal self.
She's a sunburn too.
I know.
She missed the beginning. She doesn't age with this. Yeah.
Yeah, she was severely sunburned, just like Cochran. She had blisters all over her. So, Sherri, you said it took you several years after Survivor to kind of. Is that just to get over any kind of bad feelings you had about it, or what was that?
I think I paid it way too much attention to social media. I was on it. And then once I got off, which I'm not, why I don't watch you guys, I don't do any of it, then I don't give a shit. I don't care now. But that was part of it, too much social media. Watching.
Yeah, because we're thrown into this spotlight.
I hated the goat thing. Just that irritated the fuck out of me. I wasn't a fucking goat, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, for those of you, listening to this podcast right now, I mean, it's clear. I went into this game on Survivor Caramoan wanting to play this game, strategize, win the damn game. I immediately started working with Sherri. Sherri's the real deal. Sherri deserves to have gone to the end. And for the haters, I mean, it's plain as day that this was set up for a Cochran win. It's just the way it is. And that's why Johnny tapped out watching it. It sucks. There's a lot of moving pieces. So if you watch someone on TV, sometimes there's more to it than what actually goes down. So much more goes down in the game of Survivor. And Sherri, I mean, you deserve – I would think you deserve a call to go play. Wouldn't you guys say? To play again?
That.
I would say so, and Sherri can tell him to fuck off if she wants.
Fuck off.
I cast you in a second, Sherri. So. And also for Survivor.
So Sherri, you have a great life. You run these Jimmy Johns. How has COVID been affecting? I mean, you're at your house right now swimming. You have is it Idaho you live in? Is that the state you live? Idaho? Yeah. So is it bad there? Kind of talk me through what's been going on during this quarantine and COVID-19 craziness.
So right now we're the hot spot again, for some reason, because everybody, I guess, got out. And so we're in lockdown again, kind of. It's gotten more serious, but restaurants, Jimmy John's still carrying out. I'm saying, I can't complain. Things are good for me. You just got to be smart and do your part. Seriously, it's been good.
So yeah,
COVID sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Surviving COVID, you will.
Right on. Right on. Well, yeah, it's so funny, you guys, because like I said, I thought Sherri's she's got a good story. Put her daughter through college with this Survivor $1 million, and then it's
that was true.
Huh?
College ain't free.
Hey, guess what? I will show you the fucking picture. She graduated this year. Bitch graduated. I had to pay for it. I didn't win the $1 million, but I had to pay for it.
True.
Still,
Yeah.
it would have been
I could have used the money to pay for the college.
Oh yeah,
College
no.
ain't
And
Well,
she's
but I'm
very
saying
expensive.
it's
Very
not like,
expensive.
but it's
Yeah.
not like you were some, poor working some, minimum wage job, woe is me story. It's like
No.
you I mean, we can.
Good on you. Awesome.
But yeah, so
So are you back on social media now, or
No. I mean, I have an account, but I just don't look. It's there. You guys had to be talking like last night or night before because shit was blowing up. Like something that you had to put something out about a
no?
video.
We haven't done anything. We haven't done anything.
You had to do something. Shit was
we did
blowing
nothing.
up.
We
I'm
did
like,
nothing.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where can they find you on social media if they want to, or they get
They
have
can
to
find
look
me if they
for
wanna
it.
find me. They can find me if they want to
Okay.
find me.
There we go.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. So you any last wishes you have for Survivor casting?
Oh gosh. The beard to go back in. He wants to.
Oh,
bad,
okay. There you go.
yeah.
Right?
Oh, I would love to. Yeah, I
So bad. Like you just. And I remember us having that conversation and afterwards. And I was like, "Fucking stop!" Like, and you were like, "But sure, you got to do this. And you got to go to the end. You got to have the breakfast. You got to. I got it, right?"
Mhm.
And I'm serious. You kind of summed it up for me when you said that to me because
Yeah.
I was so like. I hated it. It was stupid. I wish I would have gotten voted off and was in Ponderosa, like just hanging out.
yeah.
But when you said that to me, it was like, okay, no,
Mm.
I played the game. I understand.
Mhm.
And but I knew, but playing the game still, knowing you're never going to win sucked.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. So I sat there and survived. Yes. But sucked knowing you're not going to win. No chance,
Right. Yeah.
So-
That does suck. So there was not one bit of you sitting at the finale when Jeff was going to read the votes
Oh, fuck
that you
no.
were going to. And
No.
did you think Dawn had any chance at all?
Hell no.
Nope.
Hell no. None. Zero.
Yeah. Do you think Dawn thought that she had a chance?
I think she thought she would get more than she did. Yes.
Yeah.
But not win.
But not win. I didn't think she'd think she would win.
Okay. There we go. There we have it.
Yeah. Well, Sherri, thank you so much. I know I've been texting you on and off for like a year randomly, and I'm glad we finally got to do this. And it's been a pleasure. I miss you, and I want to catch up again and talk about non-Survivor related stuff. But you look great, and I know your daughter's like. I saw pictures of your daughter. She's like isn't she like a super fit fitness type person?
She is.
Yeah, she's she's a fucking beast, man. So you have a beautiful family, and you never know, Sherri. Maybe we'll be back out there, me and Tessa, and you and your husband on
Right.
Blood
Or
versus
maybe
Water.
if I could get her to use it, but she has like those pretty muscles. She doesn't have country muscles. Like, so we got to.
Oh,
make
my friend
tough.
OT on.
We got to make her a little tougher.
Yeah. OT
Yeah.
on Pearl Islands. He had that problem. He went against Rupert's real muscles.
Right,
and,
real muscle.
Yeah.
Right. But
Like
yes.
we had that one challenge, and OT was like, I'm gonna kill this guy. And I look over at Rupert, I was like, this guy's never lifted a weight without gloves on. Never.
Well, that's awesome, Sherri. Well, I wish you the best of luck, and I know the fans are going to be excited about this, and hopefully, you can come on one of our podcasts in the future. And if you guys want to see everything that we have T-shirt wise, Johnny, give them the lowdown.
Oh, well, if you go to survivornsfw.com, there's links for everything. Or Patreon, T-shirts, JohnnyFairplay.com. Every time you get a T-shirt, you get a phone call from me, Johnny Fairplay, thanking you for your shirt. But go to. I would love to make a Sherri T-shirt. We'll chat. Yeah, we can do a Sherri. I will 1,000% do a Sherri shirt. So
awesome.
JohnnyFairplay.com for shirts. The best way to support the podcast, of course, is to become a patron and just go. Super easy new website to get there. Go to adfreensfw.com. That's freeNSFW.com. You get the podcast that you're listening to or watching right now with no commercials whatsoever. I know you guys love that because you tell me that. And also, you get to become a member of our secret Facebook group. And there we have weekly trivia. We have weekly discussions on best seasons. And we also have a monthly Zoom call. We have lots of really fun stuff that we do. We've just added a game night, and we have a new ORG starting soon. So if you'd like to be a member of any of those things, you get added to that at the bottom price tier. Go to adfreeNSFW.com for all that info.
And now we'll take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors.
Summer is in full action, and we are thankful for our sponsor today, Manscaped, for keeping us fresh. Sun's out, bums out. That's right, we're talking butts. And hopefully not your pubes are out. Manscaped offers all the right tools to keep your hair groomed above and below the belt. Oh my God, I was at the pool the other day, and there was one of the moms nearby, and she walked by, very friendly lady, and I'm just staring at what appears to be Chewbacca and a headlock on each side of her thighs. Like I think Kurt Angle had the scissor hold around Chewie there. And I was like, oh my God, you need to learn about Manscaped. Why is that? Because Manscaped is dedicated to helping you level up your full body grooming game. They actually just released their Shears 2.0 nail kit, which is the perfect add-on to their Lawnmower 3.0 or Perfect Package. The Shears 2.0 is a luxury 4-piece nail kit featuring tempered stainless steel tools, and it includes slashed, tipped tweezers, rounded point scissors, fingernail clippers, and a medium grit nail file. You're probably wearing flip-flops. Boom, take a look right here as we speak, and people don't want to see those nasty unclipped toes of yours. No one likes an ungroomed set of feet, fingers, and most importantly, balls. That's why they have forever changed the grooming game with their Perfect Package 3.0. Tell them, Zach.
The Perfect Package 3.0 kit comes with the essential Lawnmower 3.0 water-resistant cordless body trimmer and a ton of other liquid formulations to round out your manscaping routine. This is the best trimmer on the market for those of you in need of a chest shave or a ball cleanup. The third-generation trimmer features skin-safe technology to reduce manscaping accidents. Inside the Perfect Package, you'll also find the Manscaped Crop Preserver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer, because we know how painful chafing can be when you're wearing your bathing suit all day. Yeah. You'll also find the Crop Reviver, a testy toner that's designed to give you a pep in your step. Subscribe to the Perfect Package and get a new blade refill for your lawnmower trimmer delivered to your door every 3 months. For a limited time, subscribers will also get 2 free gifts: the Shed Travel Bag, a $39 value add, and the patented high-performance, reduced chafing Manscaped Boxer Briefs. And let me tell you, they're comfortable as hell. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com. Do yourself a favor and always use the right tools for the job.
That's right. Get 20% off and free shipping with code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. That's manscaped.com. Use promo code SURVIVOR. Summer is here. It's time to manscape. Summer's here. It's crazy hot outside. We all know that you should drink more water. And by the time you feel thirsty, it's too late. You're already dehydrated. You can't focus and you feel tired.
Drinking enough water is critical for a healthy lifestyle. It increases your brain power and boosts your productivity. It prevents headaches and increases your total focus. Not only that, it improves your skin and mood. It helps your digestion and it gives you energy. It prevents bad breath and can even help you lose weight.
Holy moly, this is the dating cure of, if I've ever heard of one. But how much water should you drink each day? 10 cups, a gallon? The good news is it doesn't have to be that complicated. And that's why I start my day with Hydrant, because Hydrant helps you hydrate faster.
What is Hydrant? Well, they've created a refreshing electrolyte powder that you mix directly into water to more efficiently and effectively hydrate your body. It hydrates you quickly and keeps you going for longer.
Each rapid hydration mix has the 4 essential electrolytes your body needs: sodium, potassium, magnesium, and zinc. And it packs a punch to help your body hydrate fast and stay hydrated.
And if you're looking for that extra boost of energy, there's also Hydrant Plus Caffeine, which contains 100 milligrams of caffeine, all from green tea.
And Hydrant is backed by research. The formula was developed by an Oxford scientist. It's also loved by pro athletes like yourself, Johnny Fairplay. Oh yeah, did I mention first place in the men's masters in my last 10K? That's right, thanks to Hydrant. Top performers, celebrities, as in thousands of 5-star reviews.
It's made with real fruit juice powder. It's delicious and refreshing and comes in a wide variety of flavors, including new summer-friendly iced tea lemonade and fruit punch.
I'm loving the fruit punch, but I go back to the blood orange. That's my favorite. And winning a 10K thanks to Hydrant is all the proof I need.
Not only that, though, it's also backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you don't love it, send it back for a full refund.
You really need to try it for yourself to see what I'm talking about. It tastes incredible and it works.
Hydrant starts at just $1 a packet for a 30-day supply, and you can save even more with the monthly subscription. But Johnny, tell them what kind of special offers we've got for them.
We got a special deal for our listeners right now. Save 25% off your first order. Huge, 25%. Go to drinkhydrant.com/survivor and enter our promo code Survivor at checkout.
That's drinkhydrant.com/survivor and enter promo code Survivor for 25% off your first order.
drinkhydrant.com/survivor, enter promo code Survivor to save 25%, and we thank them for sponsoring the Survivor NSFW podcast. Guys, remember the days when you were always ready to go? Oh man, do I. I've been taking 4 or 5 Blue Chews just to get up in the morning. I use it. Remember when what's it called on a bike? The kickstand? Mm-hmm. I have my own kickstand thanks to Blue Chew. Thanks, guys. Well, you at home can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed just like me. Listen up. Blue Chew, BLUECHEW.com. That's blue like the color blue.
Blue Chew brings you guys the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so you know they work. You can take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. And since they're chewable, they work up to twice as fast as a pill, so you can be ready whenever an opportunity arises. If you could benefit from extra function and more confidence where it counts in the wiener area, Blue Chew is a fast and easy way to enhance your performance. And Blue Chew is prescribed online, shipped straight to your door in a discreet package, so no in-person doctor visits, no waiting in the pharmacy, and best of all, no more awkwardness.
They're made in the USA, and since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, they're cheaper than a pharmacy. Right now, we've got a special deal for our listeners. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use our promo code SURVIVOR. Just pay $5 shipping. Again, that's BLUEChew.com, promo code SURVIVOR, and you can try it completely for free. Just pay for shipping. Blue Chew's the better, cheaper, fastest choice, and we thank them for sponsoring the podcast.
Man, these guys are great. BlueChew.com. It's kind of like a hurt Peter. They're hard to beat. But Sherri, holy moly, you are amazing. I thought you were amazing, and you showed it. So, holy moly, it would be very difficult for me not to give you a vote for $1 million.
Thank you.
Right on. Well, we'll see you guys next time on Survivor NSFW. Cheers and good night, y'all.
Good night.